What is up, OSIMA Bar Reviews? Keegan here, and today you're going to experience the millionth video posted on the internet comparing the new blue hammer to the purple urethane hammer. I'm kidding, of course. For one, I don't actually own a purple hammer. Never have, and I won't say never will. That's probably not the case. Actually, I probably will be buying one eventually. But today we're focusing on just the new blue. No real comparisons. Just looking at its motion in a vacuum. At least trying to. And I haven't seen many videos doing that, at least. Yeah, I'm making this video for the hype, and we all know that. Not the YouTube channel, the hype. Do go watch them. They make good content. But it's a really hyped up ball. They were on back order from the day they were announced, pretty much. Well, let's actually talk about the ball specs. We'll hop into the motion and we'll actually see if non-urethane is accurate or not. Spoiler alert, it depends. First off, the cover. It's not urethane, which is that accurate? Technically, no. Everything but plastic is urethane. But it absorbs oil, so for the PBA purposes, it's not urethane. Or urethane-like. Color. We know it, we love it. Badass blue pearl. We all... They gotta call it as it is. It's pretty badass. 500... 1000 Sire for the finish. And now you will notice that is different than the purple hammer, which is, it finishes at 2000. I can't remember if it's 500, 2000, or 512. The reason for that difference is just because of the reactiveness in the cover, you do get that touch more reactive length. The difference in cover stock finishing processes is actually to bring the blue pretty much right on top of the purple, and at least that's straight from Brunswick. When I went to the seminar for them, that is their intention with it. Now the core numbers are different than the purple urethane. They're the same as the purple reactive. That has to do with specific gravities and densities of the materials. Essentially, they have to have pores for the oil to absorb. Pores means space. Space means air. It's a little bit lighter on the outside, which means to get the same weights, core has to be just a slight bit denser. Probably not even that much denser, if at all. If I'm being quite honest with you, but that space and differentiation and densities changes the numbers a little bit lower RG, higher differential comparatively. That's a 2586, still insanely high. And 027. That for the differential. Symmetrical ball. We all kind of know what we're getting into here. But let's actually hop on the lane, take a look at how this ball rolls. And this portion of this video is sponsored by Mountain Dew Game Fuel, the limited time offer. Here until like January-ish when Baja Blast comes back. Yeah, we're not sponsored, but pretty good, guys. Go try it. I guess I'm a soda channel now. All right, so here we have Eric on the lane. Eric is our district manager here at Bowling World, Knoxville area, and he is much more on the back than I am, as you can see from him throwing it. Now we are in a fresh house shot here. We wanted to put it through the same testing environment we put everything else through, which is fresh house shot. And as you can see, for him it just kind of rolls like urethane. It's just very forward and early, controllable. But he does get a little bit more recovery than traditional urethane. You can kind of see right there, he does miss it out, then locks the front of the shot. Right there, he really gets it out, and it does make it at least back to the pocket, only leaving a 10 pin. And he actually does own a purple hammer, unlike me. And he didn't get to throw it that day because he did not have it with him, but he did see something very similar. Now, of course, with the early traction the urethane-like balls create, he was able to get a little bit deeper there. Now, here I am. And I get around it a lot more than he does, and you can see where I'm playing. I'm playing fourth arrow with a urethane-like ball. When it comes to ball reaction, not the PVA urethane-like stuff. But you can see, of course, this was fresh cover, but as it kind of gets to that friction, it really starts to turn over, which is not really what I expected from this ball, considering how early it does start to see friction, because it starts to see the friction a little bit past the arrows, but when I really get into the friction, you can see right there, once again, fresher cover, it really wants to take off, which surprised me. But I see this ball as just a very, especially keeping it like in front of you, even playing deeper, but just keeping it in front of you, it was very controllable. And as it kind of got some oil in the cover, did absorb some, it really actually became a lot more controllable and allowed me to get a little bit of misstream into the friction without it overreacting. And it still made it back to the pocket. And the one thing that you're going to notice as you watch me bowl here is I will be gradually moving right, because what we saw, we were only using this ball bowling for 5 games, like one-man games straight for testing purposes only. We lost about an arrow a hook. Like we saw that carry down did happen, which kind of surprised us, with considering the fact this does actually have like a lot more differential than the standard purple. We expected a little bit different. Honestly, I was really focused on comparing this to like what I've seen from other people's purples, and like what I've seen from like other urethanes from Brunswick. And I didn't really see too much similar other than the early traction, where, like I said earlier, it reads just past the arrow, then you see it start to see that friction there. But also, when looking at other resins, especially other resins around that price point, I don't see many similarities. And I've been trying to figure out like what's the best category to put it in, and I think it's, if you were to like compare this to any other sort of ball that's on the market right now, it would be a big cover short pin ASIN. Something that rolls early, not supposed to have a lot of back end, for completely different reasons than what this is, doing those things. It's just, that's the closest option I really have for reaction comparisons, because this ball just doesn't fit much, because it's definitely not urethane, but it's not traditional resin either. And I think that's a good thing. I tried to kind of build a bag for this. I think it's just kind of, here's the 6 balls that I would bring to a sports shot tournament if I didn't know what I was bowling on. And that's, I bring some strong, like a mindset, or, you know, let's stick with hammer. Some like Extreme Envy, a Dark Web Solid, a Hazmat, probably an Envy Tour, Scorpion, and then finally the new blue. That's kind of what I would look, if I was like to just build a straight hammer bag, that's what I would bring to a sports trip. This really is like, for the slot in my bag, it takes up the urethane slot. It is very smooth, very controllable, very forward as it can be. It fits all the criteria that I want out of a urethane ball, without it actually having some of the downsides of urethane. I haven't had a chance to actually throw this on what it is meant for yet. I bowled on a 40 foot, which is not a short sport shot. And I tried a little bit, just didn't really match up too well. But I look forward to actually getting to put this in space on a proper sport shot, and I will be making an update video whenever that does happen. But right now, all I can really say is I am optimistic on what this ball can do, because it's definitely not urethane, but it also is for certain not traditional resin. And this is just when it comes to on-lane shape. And I'm excited for it. But I won't really get to know fully until I try it, but rest assured, once I get to do that, you all will hear about it right away. Anyway, I have been OSIMA Ball Reviews. Oh shoot, I missed again. I'd like to thank our sponsor of Mountain Dew Game Fuel. I hope I don't miss y'all next time. Thanks for watching.